This is Scotty Deluxe from KKFI. Welcome to the show. I'm here with Ernest Douglas from the Organic Music Experience. Ernest and I met about a year ago by pure chance, and somehow we started talking about music, and I was really thrilled with what he was talking about. He's been down on the show on KKFI FM 90.1 Kansas City, and he did a couple of excellent programs. So we talked about stuff. We developed a little relationship, and Ernest took that and ran with it, and I'm really thrilled about it. So we're doing this new thing right now with this kind of recording, podcast. I'm not really an expert on that kind of stuff, but if you want to know who really knows about this stuff, it's this guy right here, Ernest.
Well, I don't know how much I know about it, but I try to do what I can do. And thank you for coming and helping me out with this, man.
Well, this has been a fun kind of a cohesive thing between two folks that came together. And, I want to tell everybody, I'm a big believer, and we talked about this briefly on the show one time, serendipity.
Yeah.
Things happen, and it's up for you to take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. So, if you want to, something happens and you want to sit back, no, but you and I had something, we both clicked, and we just met right in the middle, and I've been nothing but thrilled with what you're doing, and I know you have a new thing coming out tonight. So tell us about this band.
Yes, so the Honeysuckle Smoke Machine is our name. Which to me represents that we are this smoking hot band that leaves the stage smoking, but we're sweet. We sweet ass smoking hot band.
Love it.
And that name was actually kind of came about at a festival we played in West Virginia years ago called the Mad Tea Party. Shout out to Taco Olmstead at the Mad Tea Party. Our drummer Rodney Moore, my guy Rodney, his son was there. His girlfriend, then to be wife, was there, and there was a band playing while we were just out at our tents, just hanging out and having fun. And his girlfriend Stacy goes, "They got a smoke machine on stage. Do you think you can have scents in the smoke machine? Like what kind of scent would you have?" And without missing a beat, I was smoking. I went, honeysuckle. I would totally be honeysuckles, right? So then his son Tyler laughed and was like, "Dude, the Honeysuckle Smoke Machine. That's a brilliant name."
Oh, that just flows.
And it flows, right? So we also go by Honeysuckle Smoke as like a short name.
There you go.
But we actually the band then was called Soul Prospect in Baltimore, and we then did like kind of a Sgt. Pepper's kind of thing where Soul Prospect presented this alter ego known as the Honeysuckle Smoke Machine.
Gotcha.
So since I've relocated out here, Tyler has now since transitioned to be with God, and so I felt like it was a great way to honor him, as the little brother that he was. He was one of the first people younger than me as a guitar player that looked up to me and was always like picking my brain about music and how do you do this and how do you do that, you know what I mean? So
that's cool. I like that story.
It hit me very hard with his passing, as you can imagine his father did, but I figured, like, what other way can I do to memorialize baby brother was than to, go with the name that he so loves so much.
And take it to the next level.
And
another level, and another level as it moves forward.
Absolutely. So the Honeysuckle Smoke Machine with Miss Shadow, who's been on the show with us before, singing.
Very talented woman.
Yeah, singing so beautifully. I teach at Music House School here in the Kansas City area, and Logan Contino is a bass and guitar instructor with me out there. I teach piano and guitar, and I coach some bands, which is pretty cool. Be a mentor to bands, trying to teach them how to play as a cohesive unit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool for me. I have access to like all these super talented people who are teachers, and I can just go knock on the door and go, "Hey, do you want to come? Do you want to come jam and get down?" You know what I mean? So, and then Robert Barrow, talented drummer out of Independence, who, same kind of serendipity. We just kind of fell in one day before I even moved to the city. I put a video of me playing guitar up on one of these Kansas City Musicians Network type things on Facebook and said, "Hey, I'm moving to the city looking for like-minded people," and went to his house for like one jam, and it was cool. It went okay. But like, schedules just get busy and it just didn't line up at the time. But as soon as like he hit me up again just maybe a couple months ago, and I went, "Hey, I'm really trying to put this thing together with my man Scotty over here." So, and we've been rehearsing at his house, and then we came in here. This is Studio B here at Unlabeled, where I told you I work. This is my home away from home here at Unlabeled Studio. Shout out to Danny and Cesar at Unlabeled. Didn't used to be my favorite room, but it's one of the biggest ones, and slowly but surely it has, I've been getting great sounds out of this room, you know what I mean? Every room can be kind of characteristically different, you know what I mean? So we brought everybody in here and just ran some live recordings and recorded it right as we played, did a couple takes, but no alterations, there's no chopping things together so the take sounded perfect. It's just a live. So
you brought everybody in this room.
Yep.
And you have a bass player, a guitar player, and a drummer, and yourself. There's 3 players and
Three players in Shadow, right? So we had Robert isolated in the room in there with the drums. I sat here with the piano and the bass, and then Logan was over by the couch there. Shadow was over right there. So, wow. And of course Avery was here in the room. Big A was in the room too. And we came in here for about 3.5 hours.
How many tracks did you get out of 3.5 hours?
7.
7 tracks.
7 tracks, and each one of them was done maybe 2 or 3 times just for continuity's sake, to make sure we warmed up first. But on one of them, No Harm, we did it once, and I got goosebumps as we were playing it. And after we stopped, I went, "Does anyone have any problem with that take?" And everyone was like, "No, man, that felt great."
Yeah.
So we just moved on.
Isn't that fun?
Oh, it's the
again
best.
The serendipity, things just happening sometimes.
Yeah.
People get together, their energies combine, and boom, this plant comes out with fruit, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, I try to tell the bands at school that too. One of my bands is covering Zombie by the Cranberries, and in that chorus hit where it hits that "in your head" and it really rocks, I got goosebumps. And they had been working on this for a couple weeks now, maybe a month, but like in that moment they nailed it. You know what I mean? Like my body reacted as it should have reacted in that moment, and like you can't really teach that or train that, you know what I mean, of how to make that happen. You just do it, you know what I mean?
But it seems like sometimes the more you try those things, it's like a guy throw 1 line out in the water. Maybe you catch something. You throw 10 lines out, 20 lines out, you're going to catch something. So the more you do these things, the more likely beauty is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and also it depends on what you define as beauty and, what you see beauty in.
Yeah.
In the middle of the session, I stopped and I thank God and I thank them because, since moving to Kansas City, I haven't been performing as much. I've been focusing on producing and recording and, going to Berkeley and, working with the kids and all that kind of stuff. So to kind of knock off 3 years of dust after 10 years of performing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of, I'd never actually sung and played the bass before. So like at the same time, okay. I usually record bass in sessions, but I never performed it live, or I had to sing live in the moment.
How'd it go?
Oh, I nailed it, and I just kind of laughed, and I went, man, I nailed it. I'm just like, man, I can do what I think I can do. You know what I mean? So to me, that was a beautiful experience there. You know what I mean? To have these people come in here, and we're laughing, we're having a good time, but we're getting work done, we're taking care of business. You know what I mean? We're not just kind of goofing off and not doing anything that we're supposed to do.
Right.
Which is what I tell my bands all the time. You can goof off and have as much fun on stage as you want, but handle your business while you're up there.
Business. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I can say that for a fact. Have fun, but you got to practice. You got to be solid and you got to be straight when you're doing some of this stuff. And you can have the fun when the fun time comes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you got to work for it.
Haven't heard from you in about 2 weeks. Guess you like it like that. No reply, still a response. I can't even be mad. Your self-projected hatred, I could tell, was so contagious. It led me to believe I was the problem, but you were the monster. You've been working out these days, I see why you couldn't work it out with me. My bad for thinking that you like me, for thinking that you might be the one. My bad. You were sending mixed signals, guess I didn't get the memo, did I? So long, you could be a memory. Did you ever care for me? My bad for thinking like that, for thinking like that. My bad. My bad. Are you religious? At least believe in karma. Cause when she's coming, nobody's gonna warn you. You got away for so long. You're calculated, overrated, egotistic, can't contain it. You're misleading, I'm still hurting, but you don't care. No more games, cause I won out. Find someone else for cat and mouse. Cause you don't get control anymore. My bad for thinking that you like me, for thinking that you might be though. My bad, you were sending mixed signals. Guess I didn't get the memo, did I? So long, you could be a memory. Cause did you ever care for me? My bad for thinking like that, for thinking like that. My bad. My bad for thinking that you like me, for thinking that you might be the one. My bad, you were sending mixed signals. Guess I didn't get the memo, did I? So long, you could be a memory. Did you ever care for me? My bad for thinking like that, for thinking like that. My bad. Isn't it funny how everything worked out? Got what you wanted, then you bounced. Yeah, got what you wanted, then you bounced. They say time heals all wounds, what a crazy misconception. Cause when it comes to minds, they all just look infected, misdirected. Excuse me for my feelings, yeah. Dishes piled up in the kitchen sink, memories. And baby, when I try to speak, but I gotta ask myself, was any of it real? You've been putting me through hell while I ride your carousel. Toxic, in such a pretty package, wasted. So nothing even matters, and I gotta ask myself, was any of it real? You've been putting me through hell while I ride your carousel. Clumsy, fell for you just like a dummy. You served up lies, left me haunted. Yeah, a perfect plate of what I wanted. Well, show's finally over, the curtain has closed. No longer addicted, the answer is no. Cause you can't have me, you can't have me anymore. Dishes out up in the kitchen sink, memories. And baby, when I try to speak, but I gotta ask myself, was any of it real? Putting me through hell while I ride your carousel. Round and round we go, round and round we go, around and round and round we go. dishes piled up in the kitchen sink, memories. And baby, when I try to speak, but I gotta ask myself, was any of it real? You've been putting me through hell while I ride your carousel. Toxic, and such a pretty package, wasted. So nothing even matters, but I gotta ask myself, was any of it real? You've been putting me through hell while I ride your carousel. While I ride your carousel. While I ride your carousel. Dishes piled up in the kitchen sink, memories. And baby, when I try to speak, but I gotta ask myself, is any of it real? You've been putting me through hell while I ride your carousel. Toxic, and such a pretty package, wasted. So nothing even matters, but I gotta ask myself, was any of it real? You've been putting me through hell while I ride your carousel. Listen, everybody, time to open your mind. See from inside your heart. Yesterday has come and gone. Let your soul and thoughts intertwine. La 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 la. There's an emptiness inside, but you can always call on the light. Darkness only lasts for one night, and in the end, there's room to begin. No, I'm not going down. I figured open your mind, see from inside your heart. Yesterday has come and gone. Let your soul and thoughts intertwine.
Oh. I was born on the wrong side. I was born in the rain. Got no daddy alongside. Rocked to sleep by the train. Flashing lights on the outside. Hear the sirens that blow. Been out here for a long time. It's about time that we go. Ain't no point in waiting. Been here for most of the show. Not here for your entertaining. I'm here to lighten up my soul. I was born at the wrong time. I was born by mistake. Just a slacker with no drive, who was born to be great. Hear the music that's inside, feel the tempo that moves. All the struggles in your life, build them up with a groove. All the music is in you. All the music is there. But you gotta find it before the others will care. Ain't no point in waiting. Been here for most of the show. Here for your entertaining. I'm here to lighten up my soul.
Hey baby, don't you know I'm always trying to be better than I was? That's not really saying much, 'cause I guess I never had too much time for love. Just trying to work on myself, don't do me no harm. I've got to work on myself, don't do me no harm. Hey baby, don't you know you've always got to be better than you were? With each and every day, you got to get into your soul and do that work. Just try to work on yourself, don't do me no harm. I've got to work on myself, don't do me no harm. Don't you know you've always got to be better than you were? With each and every day, you got to look into your soul and do that work. Just trying to work on yourself, don't do me no harm. I've got to work on myself, don't do me no harm. Don't you know I'm always trying to be better than I was? That's not really saying much, 'cause I guess I never had too much time for love. Just trying to work on myself, don't do me no harm. I've got to work on myself, don't do me no harm. infatuated. Every word that you said, it was baited. All I wanted was to be with you. It was great when I first felt the power coming down from your big shiny tower. Then somehow it all went away. But now it seems I woke from a dream. Finally you're not one of the team. Oh, now I find it don't fall from above. There's no extra love. Have I claim to be perfect, but I hope that the journey still is worth it. Can you walk a mile in my shoes? If I ever have made you defensive, it's okay if I take the offensive. But here is where my heart will stay. But now it seems I woke from a dream. Finally you're not one of infatuated. Every word that you said, it was baited. It was to be with you. It was great when I first felt the power coming down from your big shiny tower. Then somehow it all went away. But now it seems I woke from a dream. Finally you're not one of the team. Oh, now I find it don't fall from above. There's no extra love.
me again. I finally talked to my therapist. She told me things are going well. Just take these pills, but I kept all the working. Still hurting, just trying to find the disconnect. How come I'm not numb yet? How come I'm not numb yet? My family always says, well, we can't help you. I don't take offense. No, I'm not healthy. I hide under beds where monsters love me. Somehow they're in my head. Oh well. Depression's in my way. Anxiety is peaking. Who else is speaking? I can't find my keys for the fifth time this week. What's really wrong with me? All my relationships, yeah, they keep failing. Somebody, anybody, yeah, come and save me. Somewhere in my mind, I tell myself I'll be fine, but that's a fat lie. There's something wrong with him and her, and them and they, and us and we. I'm a firm believer, everybody's got their problems, see. You could tell me that I got a few screws loose, but I could say the same about you and you. Depression's in my way, anxiety is peaking. Who else is speaking? I can't find my keys for the fifth time this week. What's really wrong with me? All my relationships, yeah, they keep failing. Somebody, anybody, yeah, come and save me. Somewhere in my mind, I tell myself I'll be fine. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I'll be just fine. Depression's in my way, anxiety is peaking. Who else is speaking? I can't find my keys for the fifth time this week. What's really wrong with me? All my relationships, yeah, they keep failing. Somebody, anybody, yeah, come and save me. Somewhere in my mind, I tell myself I'll be fine, but that's a fat lie.